Community to Community's vision is development with dignity. No shame, no pity. We amplify dignity and progress led by the people of Petit-Goâve. In a world too often defined by headlines, something incredible is happening. Communities here don't just survive, they are working hard to thrive. Community to Community is working with the people of Petit-Goâve to restore vital resources. A much-needed canal is built one hand at a time. Roads are carved into a mountain with simple tools, bringing safe passage to their children and elders. This is development with dignity. And while access to continuous healthcare is saving lives, trees planted today will nourish future generations. Each person is building, planting, and teaching. We are not the heroes. You are. The person willing to support this movement and say, yes, I want to be a restorer of dignity. Join Community to Community.
Bonjour, bonsoir, depending on where you are in the world today. As you can see, we passed sweater weather. We've moved on from sweater weather to turtleneck. It is cold in New York today. And so I've broken up the turtlenecks, but I still fight against the cold with brightness. So I'm bringing the color and the sunshine as much as I possibly can. Hello there, how are you? I hope that this live stream finds you well wherever you are in the world. I was thinking about, do you remember in school when we had to read the Three Musketeers? And their rallying call was all for one and one for all, right? And they faced diverse challenges as a group, but the thing that kept them going is that rallying cry when one of them would need help, or they would be facing, the men on horseback or the king's guards or whomever it was, that they would say, all for one and one for all. This is the same vibe that C2C has in working with its partner communities, and specifically our community stakeholder associations, A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P, A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P. That when we come together to work, it's all for one and one for all. So it doesn't matter which one is doing the work. We know that the entire communities will benefit from the work that is being done. And so you're joining hands with us, you're partnering with us, you're donating to us, makes you a part of this group too, that you are part of all for one and one for all. So we're just thankful during this time, especially since Hurricane Melissa touched ground in Haiti on the last Wednesday in October, and then went on to Jamaica and also created havoc in the DR and Cuba. So I ask you to pray for all of us because we all need it, and support us as we go through this time of rebuilding and restructuring after now having the search and rescue efforts completed. So I wanted to share, as I said last week, we're coming up on here every week letting you know where your donations are going and where we are in this process. So in the last time that we spoke, I shared that Responsable Eugène was doing his best with A.P.H.D to conduct an assessment and to see where people are post-hurricane. This involved, of course, the loss of life, unfortunately, but many families were displaced, and there were people that were still missing. And so we're going to give you that update and then talk about the phase 1 after the search and rescue now that we are responding. We're responding in a way that we are already trained to do. C2C has been partnered with A.P.H.D since 2010. So for us, this is year 15. That is one of the reasons that I share with people that when we are putting aside funds, it is because hurricane season comes every year from June 1st to November 30th. So it's not if it comes, it's when it comes. And it's not if we're prepared, it is that we are prepared. So we are getting better at it. It doesn't get easier, but we are getting better. So I'm excited to bring Responsable Eugène on so that we can get this update and also talk about the response that they're working on with the cholera intervention. Responsable Eugène, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, responsable MarieYolaine.
Comment est matin?
Moi en forme, grâce à Dieu.
I'm happy to see you.
I am happy to see you too.
Responsable Eugène, m'abdi moun yo ke le nou te pale l'autre fois ke A.P.H.D t'a fait un assessment. Et commencer programme nan jodi a by on ti histoire gon et histoire on livre nous te kon li en l'école qui te dit youn pour tout et tout pour youn. C'était une équipe qui te engagé à aider mon communauté. Moi dit c'est tant que ça A.P.H.D, O.D.C.P et C2C travaillent ensemble. C'est tout pour youn et youn pour tout. So ça nous fait ça youn fait dans la communauté a impacté reste communauté a que tout le monde qui travaille ensemble. So aujourd'hui I'm content que vous vini que ou ka bay un petit update le fini pour nous parler dans plan convention de l'eau que nous te parler. So ma bayo ça me te fait dire le fini m'a posé quelques questions. D'accord?
D'accord.
Okay. So I gave him just a summary of what I shared with you all when we started the top of the program, and sharing that I will be asking him some questions specifically on where we are now and the cholera prevention that they will be working on. So, responsable Eugène, sou ta ka ban nou présenter pour tout moun yo, pour saluer yo et pour bay un petit update côté nou yé nan moun qui te perdu, moun qui wap chercher et famille qui déplacé, etc. Est-ce que vous avez un update sur ça?
Merci, responsable MarieYolaine.
Thank you, MarieYolaine.
Et moi dis bonsoir à tout le monde.
I say good afternoon to everyone.
Moi c'est LaPeine Eugène.
I am Eugène LaPeine.
Moi représente A.P.H.D également O.D.C.P.
I am here representing A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P.
Donc moi je voulais partager toujours bilan partiel de Melissa avec nous.
I would like to give you all an update on Hurricane Melissa.
Donc, nous gagnons actuellement 27 morts à Petit-Goâve.
In Petit-Goâve, we lost 27 people.
Donc, enterrement monde qui mouri yo te dû fait jeudi passé.
The funerals for the people who have passed was supposed to happen last Thursday.
Mais le reporté pour semaine ça soit jeudi ou vendredi.
But we have rescheduled it for this Thursday or Friday.
Et quantité maison qui endommagé entre bas deuxième et dans zone d'intervention A.P.H.D yo.
The reported cases of damaged homes in the zones where we work and in the mountainside.
Et nous gagnons 418.
So 418?
Oui, 418. 478.
478. Okay, merci. So the number of damaged homes is 478.
Et quantité maison inondée, c'est 479.
So the number of homes that were inundated and damaged by the water is 479.
Quantité famille qui sinistrée, c'est 1918.
1918.
Oui.
Okay. The number of families that have been displaced is 1,918.
Et tête de bétail, alors ça nous les têtes de bétail, la quantité de bêtes qui perdit, nous à 60%.
So the percentage of animals lost by the community is 60%.
Et jardin paysan yo 90 à 95% détruits.
Of the gardens and farm areas of the people on the mountain, 90 to 95% of those have been destroyed.
Et nous participé dans plusieurs clusters.
We have been participating in several cluster meetings in Petit-Goâve.
Et gagné les autorités, y compris les sociétés civiles.
This includes the civil society groups.
Et les gain plusieurs organisations internationales.
And other international ONG, responsable.
Oui, ONG.
And other international nonprofits.
Par exemple, PAM.
For example, PAM.
UNICEF.
CORE.
Et autres.
Et qui ça?
Et l'autre encore.
And others.
Okay. Donc, et chaque partenaire ça yo dit qui réponse yo apporter dans phase d'urgence.
Each of these organizations have brought what they can do in this moment of urgency.
Et par exemple, par les responsables pour distribuer des kits alimentaires.
For example, PAM and PAR are offering what they can do, which is to provide hygiene and food kits.
Il y a UNICEF qui prévoit distribuer des kits d'hygiène et kits sanitaires.
And UNICEF, who is providing sanitary and hygiene kits.
Il y a CORE qui prévoit by cash avec 200 familles.
And then is CORE, who is providing stipends to 200 families.
Et qui promettent qui a assisté pour MTP travaux publics dans déblaiement pour zone 11e.
And also working in removing the debris in the 11th section of Petit-Goâve.
Mais pour dans cette section yo,
but for the other sections,
pas gen yon ONG sa yo qui fait promesse pour cette section yo.
Pour l'autre section yo, parler dans mon nom?
Oui, dans mon yo.
Okay. So for the communities that are on the mountainside, none of these organizations have made any commitment to assist them.
Et normalement, nous-mêmes qui te représenté C2C, O.D.C.P dans cluster sa yo.
So for A.P.H.D, who represented C2C and O.D.C.P organizations in these cluster meetings.
Et lorsque nous prenons la parole,
so we were able to hear and participate in the talks.
Nous dit nous ka bay réponse pa nou dans 4 activités différentes.
We said that we would be able to participate in 4 activities.
Donc après catastrophe naturelle sa yo,
after these natural catastrophes,
toujours gagné des maladies hydriques qui viennent.
There's usually diseases and other instances of disease that usually come up.
Par exemple, choléra.
For example, cholera.
Et gratel.
Ça veut dire gratel.
Et pour de l'eau, puisque de l'eau a des microbes, il fait pour moun yo gratter.
Ah, okay. So because the water is contaminated, folks receive dry skin, kind of like eczema.
D'accord. Par contre, on te dit, nous avons intervenu sur sensibilisation choléra.
So we said that we would do our intervention in cholera.
Et puis, nous avons fait une rubrique assainissement.
And we will then do an assessment and a rubric on how to intervene.
Et dans des sections,
in 2 sections.
donc on a fait les 12e et 11e.
We will do it in the 11th and 12th sections, which are located on the mountain.
Mais dans la rubrique sensibilisation, c'est pour toute commune net.
But in the rubric of the plan, it's for all of Petit-Goâve.
Donc, on a fait les par shop sawan.
Shop sawan, ça veut dire?
On machine qui passait côté dans zone qui gagne marché, qui gagne un peu le monde et puis
a fait announcement avec Baila.
Exact.
Yes. So he was saying that part of the intervention will be having a truck with microphone to go through the communities and making announcements and sharing information about intervention and where people can get help.
Et puis, na fait les tout dans l'école côté qui gagne Simon yo.
We will also be engaging in this intervention at the area schools.
Et pour l'école, nous gagnons des formateurs qui a passé pour montrer Timonio comment laver les mains, comment lever la caillou, manger, comment manger, etc.
Exactement. Moi, j'ai une vidéo pour ça, m'a montré le tout.
D'accord.
So he was sharing that they will have members of the team go to the different schools to teach what is called the washing of the hands. And we have a little video to show you too, because A.P.H.D has been doing this for 15 years. This is not their first rodeo. So having access to correct hand washing. And as you can see here, these are the hand washing stations that they will be taking to all the schools. And also a member of A.P.H.D will be there to give the training to make sure that the children are washing their hands multiple times, because y'all know how kids are. They will touch their face, put their fingers in their ears, in their eyes, in their mouths, and then of course go put their hands on each other. And that's usually what leads to the bacteria transfer from one to another, and also taking it home. Merci, responsable. On va continuer.
D'accord. Et nous avons gagné pour nous fixer des points de lavage.
Point de lavage. On va parler côté moun ka jouen accès pour yo laver main.
Exact. Tant que même exemple.
Okay. So we'll show you a photo here of the multiple hand washing stations. So he is saying that, and this is from the last one, that these stations will be placed all over Petit-Goâve proper and also on the mountainside. C'est ça, on t'a parlé responsable?
Exact.
OK, OK. M'expliquez que c'est pas la première fois que A.P.H.D a fait ça, c'est pas la deuxième fois, c'est pas la troisième fois.
Non.
Que A.P.H.D a pile expérience dans ça, ça sont l'autre photo que je vais vous montrer, que c'est en prête pour nous aller à mettre ça dans tout côté Petit-Goâve.
OK, d'accord.
Yes. Vous m'êtes parlé.
Et il y a une instance côté ni l'État ni ONG négligé, c'est l'Église.
One of the places that we have seen that have been neglected for this intervention is the churches. So we will be taking these hand washing stations to the churches as well.
Nous-mêmes, nous prévoyons aller dans l'église surtout parce que l'église se réunit en pile monde.
And this is important because the churches always have a lot of people attending them.
Épidémie, c'est pour capable affecter tout le monde.
Correct. And without this information and this intervention, that this will lead to a lot of infected people if we don't intervene.
Si nous parlons des secteurs religieux, qui c'est l'église, il faut nous parler des secteurs vaudou tout également.
So when we speak of the religious sectors, we must include all the religions, including voodoo as well.
Donc, je ne vais pas aller trop loin. Alors, dans le niveau choléra, c'est dans le niveau ça.
So I don't want to go too far off, but this is where we are as it relates to the cholera and what our plan is in order to engage not just for us, but the entire community. Responsable, est-ce que vous avez un petit exemple? And we'll share some facts as we're talking about cholera as well. Expliquez-moi yo, qui sa cholera ye? Qui bon moun jwen ni? Comment li manifeste?
Merci, responsable. Cholera, li sorti nan moun kap toilet ate. Mou kriyola moun kap kaka ate.
Okay, so cholera comes from human fecal matter and diarrhea that is then transported to a water source. So as you can see here from the World Health Organization, cholera is an acute diarrheal infection caused by the ingestion of contaminated food or water. Merci, responsable. So, comment comment on dit ça, pour moun yo ale pour l'entrer dans l'eau, c'est dans ça moun ingeste. So, expliquez ça.
D'accord, responsable. Par exemple, Melissa se fait un pile dégâts, un pile caille, un pile toilette crasé.
So I asked him, how then does this from fecal matter get into the water? So he explained that when Melissa hit, the floodwaters also destroyed not just homes, but a lot of the latrines or outhouses. So a lot of the places where waste was flooded then into the main water system. Oumed parle.
Lè sa, moun ki te gen latrine, ki pa gen latrine, yo pral toilette ate.
So obviously people still need to go to the bathroom whether they have a bathroom or not. And oftentimes it is done near a water source.
Lè gen van, poussière toilette sa pral entre nan manche, moun yo ap manche.
Also, when there is wind, once fecal matter is dried up, this wind can carry the dust from the fecal matter into the air that can get into the water and also, how do I say, crops and food.
Et par exemple, mwen gen yon rapport, alors rapport am pral gen pou soumet ou, probablement mardi prochain nou ka travay sou li.
Pas de problème.
Et
For
gen,
example, for example, in our full report, which I will be submitting next week that we can work on, I will give you an example.
Et gon photo mwen pataje avek ou ki se yon kote tout moun ap pran l'eau nan kipidon. Mon captage.
You'll see in one of the pictures that is in my report, a place where people are gathering water in Cupidon, one of our other partner communities.
Donc, captage sa aveni nou de.
Et captage la ou di ligen kunya.
Aveni vin rempli avek l'eau.
Okay, so this captage or water source, a captage is a concrete structure that is used to keep water.
L'eau ki sorti nan flamon yo.
So the water that came from the floodwaters,
yo vin rempli espas sa.
So now they are also mixed in the water with the water that is in the captage.
Nan nivou robinet a yi pou moun yo ta mette bokit resipyan pou yo plen.
So when people would usually come and put their buckets in order to get the water.
Donc yo pran yon quantité nan l'eau sot nan captage la mélanger avec l'eau côté y a mette pied yo et côté y a benyen également.
So the water where that they are walking and bathing is now mixed in with the water that was in the captage, which is the clean water.
Donc nan cluster mwen participer avec plusieurs partenaires.
So in the clusters that I have participated in with other partners.
Son bagay tout zi autorité yo wel.
So this is something all of the authorities can see.
Et protection civile wel également.
As well as the civil protection.
Donc plusieurs ONG tout ka passe yo wel.
And the other ONGs who are there also see it.
M'batan de yon moun fè intervention sa.
I did not hear one of these groups or individuals talk about making an intervention in this area.
Donc, même le nous beaucoup gen l'argent, mais l'aime prend la parole, moi dit c'est là dans main ba yon réponse donc pour tirer de l'eau.
Even though at the time during the meeting I did not have funding, and we have not submitted our funding request yet, I knew that this is the area that we wanted to do our intervention.
Donc, si ça arrêté comme ça bay en pile monde qui prend choléra.
If we don't address this issue here, many people will contract cholera.
Donc, ça, c'est une activité qui te doit faire déjà.
Truthfully, this is an activity that should have already been done.
Mais malheureusement, C2C, A.P.H.D, O.D.C.P pas de un fonds d'urgence.
But unfortunately, C2C, A.P.H.D, and O.D.C.P did not have a standing funding for this situation.
C'est ça qui fait nous prendre leçon de situation ça.
That is why we've taken a very big lesson from this situation.
Donc, pour nous mobiliser un fonds d'urgence.
So that we can have an emergency fund.
Et puis, les gains un champ de catastrophes naturelles, ça y est, pour nous prendre décision rapide.
So that when there is another natural disaster like this, we can make a rapid response and decision.
Alors, pour finir, je voulais partager une expérience avec nous.
So, in closing, I want to share an experience with you all.
Lorsque nous levé à 4 heures le 29 octobre,
when we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning on October 29th,
29 octobre.
Okay, 29th. Okay, on va parler.
Gon responsable qui relève qui dit moi tout le monde qui en baladigue là est inondé.
I received a call from one of my colleagues saying that everyone near the Ladigue River were being overwhelmed.
Et puis, moi, pendant quelques monde qui était là, et moi, nous sortis, nous allons pour porter la main forte avec mon saï.
So I grabbed a couple of folks in my neighborhood and we ran down to see what help we could give.
Responsable MarieYolaine, bon Dieu voyez Sange li al délivrer une famille de 8 personnes qui habitaient de 9 personnes qui habitaient dans Caille.
MarieYolaine, I'm telling you, God's angels rescued a family of 9 people who were trapped in their house.
Donc, l'aide l'eau envahit mon yo dans Caille ça.
When the water came in and took over the whole house.
Et monsieur a témoigné, il pas de dormi dans son 3h, 1h, 2h du matin et puis lever la prier.
The man said that what happened was that he was not able to go to sleep that night. It was around 1 or 2 o'clock. And so he decided that he was just going to get up and pray.
Et puis madame le chante un chant.
And his wife was singing.
Et puis le bral 3h30, l'eau a envahi dans Caille.
And at 3:30, the flood waters came into their house.
Le pa ouais ça pour le faire senti une force et puis il pété tol là avec men sans matou sans pince.
He said that when the waters enveloped the house, the man did not know what to do. And with superhuman strength, he pressed the roof of the reinforced galvanized steel roof without any tools and pushed the roof off of the top of the house.
Et après ça, il râlait 4 petites li avec madame, il voyait son dokaï en dalle béton tout près.
He pulled out his wife and 4 of his children out of the house and put them on the roof of another house near them.
Et puis, te gagné l'autre chambre qui te gagné 3 voisins, il râlait de là-dedans yo.
So there was another room that had 2 of his neighbors, and he pulled them out.
Et puis, il perdit force pendant la bras le troisième n'a tombé dans l'eau.
He lost his strength while he was pulling the 3rd person. There was 3 in the room, and that person was taken away by the water.
Et puis, l'eau allait avec troisième non.
And the water took that 3rd person.
Mais bon Dieu fait le coquet non branche bois pas mourir.
Oh, thank God. But that person actually was able to hold on to a tree branch and did not was not killed by the waters.
L'en information ça pendant on chercher l'autre monde nous te prend de 4h du matin jusqu'à 1h de venir joindre famille ça.
So we continued to search from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., finding all of the members of this family.
Yo te gen ti commerce nan kay la.
They ran a business out of their home.
Yo te gen passeport, acte de naissance, tout pièce légale yo. Ti l'argent pour yo te fonctionner.
They had all of their papers, all of their passports, their identification, all of their wares for their business.
Yo seulement sauvé avec tenue de nuit sou yo seulement.
They survived by leaving just with the clothes on their backs.
Le ka sa arrivé en qualité de responsable, mba rele l'État.
When that happened, as a member of the association, I didn't even call the local authorities.
Premier bagay pou nou fè, pou yo nou arrange nou pou nou kay pou nou mette yo.
First thing that we did was find them temporary housing.
Acheter manger et tout ça yo besoin pour te fonctionner pour un petit temps.
And purchasing food and getting them clothes and everything that they would need to be able to function for a little while.
Et puis, dans cluster len présenter ça, pas gen aucun institution qui mettait ça en valeur.
We presented this at the cluster meeting, and not one of the organizations found value or looked at this as something important or a priority.
Donc, c'est ça que fait, dans ce sens ça, les responsables organisation yo besoin en pile support pour aider ça yo qui dans conditions difficiles.
This is why organizations like C2C, A.P.H.D, and O.D.C.P need the support that we are requesting so that we can help in these areas and support these folks.
Alors, en résumé, c'est ça que fait m'te dit, là, nous prenons leçon pour nous travailler sur une contingence, une catastrophe naturelle, donc pour nous temps et pour nous temps protéger pour nous et faire ça nous capable avant et nous faire ça qui alors pour nous résoudre problème d'urgence.
This is why I'm saying that we need to have an emergency fund in place so that when this happens, we have the funds so that we can respond urgently and immediately, and also work to, and this is me adding this, is not what he said, also that we are able to engage in infrastructure. Responsable, when ba explication sa dia, ma mette yon ajouté sou li pou m'di, et fonds sa li nécessaire pour nous renforcer infrastructure too.
D'accord.
Right? So, because the banks of the river need to be reinforced as well. As I said earlier, the hurricane season happens every year. It's how are we responding to it? Do we have boots and socks and shovels and pails? And do we have sandbags? And are we able to reinforce the riverbank? And do we have a communication system that when the river is cresting, for example, or overflowing, that we can communicate it throughout the community to save lives? Wendy est responsable avec ça dia, surtout nous mettez infrastructure en système qui nous appelle des moun et les bails ça venir pour nous sauver plus la vie.
Certainement.
He agreed. So, Wendy responsable, merci. Histoire ça très important pour moun ouais exactement qui ça wap fait et comme responsable, mais que moun yo qui plus vulnérable, c'est nous-mêmes qui responsables pour yo.
Très bien.
Right? I said it's important that you brought this story to us so that we could hear it, so we understand, and so that you who are supporting us understand that we are addressing areas that no one else is addressing. We are helping the most vulnerable that folks are not focused on. And what we're doing, saving lives. That's the bottom line. What we are doing is saving lives. What you are supporting is saving lives. And for that, we say thank you. So, responsable, mwen remersi moun yo paske mwen di yo sa yap fe ke yap ban nou support, c'est sa kap sauve la vie.
Certainement.
So, même bon mikwa pour wrap up, mba konen eski gen anyan encore ke ou vle partager avec moun yo?
Alors, bref, ça, moi, je voulais partager responsable MarieYolaine. et l'a fait au bécher mardi si Dieu veut. Et c'est des images pour une condition et monde à vivre.
So the last thing I want to say, and I will be bringing these pictures once the report is done, is for you to see the conditions that people are living in because of this hurricane.
Et Bakati, nous dans le 21e siècle.
Bakadi, répétez encore s'il vous plaît.
Nous dans le 21e siècle.
21e siècle, ça veut dire responsable.
Nous dans le 21 siècle.
C'est siècle là, pas connaît, non?
C'est siècle là. Alors, chaque 100 ans, c'est un siècle.
Oh, century.
Yes.
Thank you. See, you could be. Là nous faire jouer là qui mon a expliqué ou a toujours partenaire moi parce que on a bon explication pour comprendre. So I was asking him. I didn't know what this word siècle meant, and it was century. So we're in the 21st century. On met continue.
Les Wallinans sont défavorisés yo.
If you go into certain areas of our community,
ou garde des conditions mon yo à vivre.
And you see the conditions under which people are living.
Les différents l'ont rencontré yo dans la vie.
It is les différents qu'il est.
Et comme si les différents l'ont rencontré mon yo sur route.
It is very different when you meet them on this road.
Moi j'ai des photos qui va témoigner ça.
I will give a testimonial through the pictures that I will send you that the people that I'm talking about are not living in the same 21st century that we are.
Et normalement, l'offre kay antol, li gon dire des villes ta doué 5 à 10 ans.
So when you build a house with reinforced galvanized steel as a roof, it's supposed to last 5 to 10 years.
Gen kay cyclone Melissa krasé, mais c'est comme si kay la te getan krasé déjà.
There are houses that Hurricane Melissa destroyed like they were nothing.
Comme si tol la détérioré.
Because the galvanized steel roofs had already deteriorated.
Mais gen moun tou c'est paille qui couvre kay.
And for some, it is very low-grade materials that is basically holding the house together.
Yeah, cyclone nan pran kay la, li penche yon boy comme si la pile sans qu'il va mettre la terre net.
So some of the houses, it's like Melissa just pushed them over to the side before knocking them down.
Moun nan pa gen l'autre côté, moun yo pa gen l'autre côté pour y aller, donc yo oblige à arranger ou rete là.
So the houses that are leaning and still standing, the people don't have an option to go somewhere else, so that they are still in that house.
Kounye la, l'on rive, ou mande si on a appelé vini ou bien on ta gon cyclone qui vini tan kou Melissa, ki sa moun sa yo fè?
So when you see this, you have to ask yourself that these people are still living in this house. What if there's another hurricane or another torrential downpour? What is going to happen to these people?
Et côté habité a, gen côté ou ka marcher environ 500 à 1000 mètres pour joindre yon kay.
Répétez encore, s'il vous plaît.
Côté, dans zone côté habité, distance yon avec l'autre, ou ka parcourir 500 à 1000 mètres pour joindre yon kay.
So in the areas where these folks live, you can walk 500 to 1,000 kilometers before you see another house.
Ou ta konnen, sou ta pou jwenn an pile moun ki mouri, c'est dans zone sa ta jwenn ni.
So you would think that if you're going to find a lot of people, a lot of fatalities, you will find it in these areas.
Pour moi-même, bon Dieu couvri moun sa yo en basel li, tant que yon bête volage, yon maman poule qui gon pile ti poule et puis mette yo en basel.
For me, this is a miracle, and I feel that God literally covered these people under his wings like a hen would cover her chicks.
Ça nous penser après phase d'urgence là.
What we believe after this first phase of urgency.
Donc, nous pral travail en tant que responsable pour nous comment nous ka améliorer kay moun sa yo.
We are going to work together with the people in these conditions as a group to see what we can do to assist them.
Nous gen environ 400 kay nous identifié qui dans condition ça.
We have already identified 400 houses that are in this condition.
Et après studio m'a partagé quelques photos avec ou privé en attendant partager rapport avec.
So he was saying that after this episode, he's going to show me some pictures that are going to be included in the report, which I will be bringing to you all next week.
Merci, responsable MarieYolaine. Merci tout le monde qui t'a attendu moi.
Thank you, responsable MarieYolaine, and thank you to everyone who is listening to me.
Et ou même captain de nous, si bon Dieu bon possibilité, nous souhaitons que bon Dieu touche cœur pour mettre main avec nous pour nous supporter mon sa.
For those who are listening, should God put it on your heart to join hands with us, we invite you to support us in the work that we are doing.
Merci d'avance, que bon Dieu bénisse nous.
Thank you in advance. May God bless you. Merci un peu, responsable. I want to share, responsable Eugène sent a proposal for funding that he sent to C2C. And the total for the request right now is $38,000. And this is what is going to help in doing the intervention, $38,049, that is going to mobilize. And as you can see, there's multiple groups working together. It is A.P.H.D, it is O.D.C.P, it is community to community. And Le Soleil de Vie, which is our partner, who has been instrumental in helping the other partner community complete this canal. So we invite you to support this work because, again, this is what development with dignity looks like. I did not create this this presentation. I did not create the report. They are on the ground doing all of the heavy lifting. And it is my job to come and share this with you. It is my job to do these lives every week so that you can see what is going on and find out where you can get in, where you fit in to support the work that is going on the ground. So you can go to our website, C2Chaiti.org, and donate there directly. And we promise you, for those of you who know C2C, you know how we roll. Whatever we bring to you all and whatever funds we raise, the next thing you see is exactly where your funds are going to or have gone and the impact that it's made. So I make the same invitation. Just go to C2Chaiti.org/donate, and you can see already the work that is being done and how you can be a part of it. So I want to say thank you to Responsable Eugène for joining us again today. Trust me when I tell you, he's coming from a meeting and he's going to another one once he's done with us, because the job of a responsable, and I love this word because you may have seen me stumble while I was talking earlier when he says responsable MarieYolaine. It is because that word is not so much translatable. It is not manager. It is not chief CEO. It is not president. The word translated is the responsible, responsable. So he is the responsible for his community. And I am the responsible for C2C. And he is the responsible for A.P.H.D and Robinson Pointville, who you'll be meeting of our other partner community, is the responsible. So we are responsible for people's lives. And when you support us, you become a responsable because you have made yourself responsible for the bettering of people's lives. So for that, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for joining us today. Wherever you are in the world, I join Eugène in saying, may God bless you for deciding to be a part of something greater than yourself. As we say in Haiti, me en pile chai palou, with many hands, the load is lighter. And I want to say thank you to you for helping to make the load lighter. I wish you a blessed and prosperous week, and we'll see you again here next week with an update on the cholera intervention. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.